my beautiful crafty friends. I am Katia with Lunar Sun Creations and welcome to my channel. I am going to show you today a couple different ways to do an alcohol ink lift technique. Most videos that I've seen will be using this. So I'm going to demonstrate this, but then show you an alternative if you don't have alcohol lift ink. So I have a cajillion backgrounds, many of them being alcohol ink. And I promised you ages and ages ago that I was going to do a series on using up my backgrounds, since I have literally hundreds of them. So today I'm going to be focusing on the alcohol ink backgrounds. So as you can see, there's some that are scraps, some attempts at flowers. There's all kinds of things in here. If there's anything that you see here that you would like a tutorial on, please let me know in the comments and I will make that happen. These ones are cool. These are on vellums. They're see-through. Let's get going and show you some alcohol ink lift techniques. Okay, so with the first alcohol ink technique using the alcohol lift ink, I am going to use the Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz Bold Tidings 2. I think I'm going to use the Believe in the Magic sentiment. Okay, so I've got my panel in here in my MISTI because I know I'm going to have to do this at least a couple times. Oh, I've got something on my stamp here. There we go. So I'm using the alcohol lift ink and I'm going to ink up my stamp really well. And give it a good press. And then use a paper towel to blot some of that. I think my ink pad is a little bit dry. You can definitely use the ink that's left on your stamp and put in a new piece of Yupo paper and stamp it onto there, but I'm being lazy and I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to do this a few times to get a really good lift out of it. There we go. It's starting to work here. This technique definitely works best on darker backgrounds. It's very dramatic on darker backgrounds as opposed to a very muted alcohol ink background. Probably should have cut this panel down beforehand. That's all right. So I'm just wiping up the extra with a paper towel here and then wiping off my stamp each time, and I think one more time should do it. Oh, I think I smeared it a little bit. That's all right. And there you go. So it's lifted off the ink. Now you can see the Believe in the Magic. And I'm going to turn that into a card in a moment. But first, I wanted to show you how you can do an alcohol ink lift without the alcohol lift ink. So I've got a stencil here from Studio Katia called Floral Snowflake. It does have a little bit, I've done this once before, so it does have a little bit of pixie spray still left on it. You don't have to use pixie spray, but I do find that if I don't, I'm a little bit messy otherwise. So this really holds it in place. You can just hold it, but I find that the pixie spray does help quite a bit. All right, now I'm going to take just a piece of paper towel. I'm gonna fold it up. In this little sprayer, I have 99% alcohol. Off camera, I'm just gonna spritz a couple little sprays onto the corner of this paper towel. Now, the trick to this is not having your paper towel soaking wet with the alcohol ink. Less is more in this case. And we're just going to rub into the stencil. And if you find that it stops lifting the ink, you can add a little bit more alcohol. And it does pill up your paper towel, so I'm gonna change corner, add a tiny bit more. And I'm gonna keep going here. So yeah, I'm always trying to find alternatives because I always want to buy all the things, but not everyone has the means to buy all the things. I don't have the means to buy all the things, even though I do. My credit card just gets racked up with things that I probably shouldn't have bought. That's a whole other video. But this is an alternative to having to buy the alcohol lift ink. So I've been crafting like crazy lately. I haven't been videoing it all, but I have been making a lot because I'm starting to do some Christmas craft fairs and markets, which is something that I haven't done in years and years and years. I've been so busy, you know, managing a restaurant that I have not had time to do any craft fairs. But this year I decided that I was going to take time off to do some markets because this is what I love to do and it's time that I start doing it, you know? And I'm very, very excited and I hope it goes well. I'm sure it will. Okay, so let's reveal I mean, it's not a perfect, I got a little bit sloppy in there, but for the most part, that works pretty darn well. I think that's pretty cool. So, stencils and just 99% alcohol. I haven't tried it with anything less than 99% because that's just what I have, but I'm sure it will work just as well. Can you do this technique with a stamp? Well, I'm so happy you asked. Let's give it a shot. Okay, taking a piece of paper towel, spritzing it with alcohol, rubbing the stamp with that alcohol. And giving it a press. Okay, and then wipe off your stamp and do it again. You'll have to do it a few times to really get a good effect. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to make these into some very simple cards. So here are the 3 cards that I made. This is the one that I did using the alcohol lift ink. I did decide, because I smeared it a bit, so I decided to go over it with black pen, very sketch-like, just to make sure it was very legible, and then just did a little bit of doodling at the top and the bottom. And then this is with the stencil, and I didn't feel like it needed too much, so I just put a simple sentiment backed on white down at the bottom. And then this is the all is calm, all is bright one, and I just put some purple glitter paper on the edges. And I don't know if it's picking it up, but the alcohol actually left some like little dots inside the lettering. I just love it. I think it looks so cool. So those are the cards that I made. And so it just shows you that you don't need the alcohol lift ink to do alcohol lift techniques. You just need a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. And just a little side note, the intro to this video with the deer, that is in my yard, and I am blessed enough to have deer in my yard pretty much every day. They feel very comfortable, and I don't have any garden that they eat, so I'm okay with them eating the grass because that means that I don't have to mow it as often. So it's a win-win. I get to feel like Snow White and they mow the grass. I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration, and I hope that you will give it a try. Please feel free to leave a comment down below and just say hello, and give a little boop to that subscribe button if you haven't already, and the notification bell so you will always know when I upload a new video. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you again very soon. Wish me luck on the market tomorrow. I hope it goes really well. Love you all. Big hugs. Bye.